That's all right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another live stream shopping in Korea. I'm your host, Amy, Aleha, and we are in a very special location today with a very special guest. Why don't you introduce yourselves for our viewers?
Hi, I'm Ariane, also from Canada team today. And we've both been acting in this very special drama, of which we're in a location right now.
Yes, if you haven't guessed already from the video, we are from the set of Mr. Sunshine, one of the most popular Korean dramas in history, pretty much. And we're not just saying that because we were in it, but it was a lot of fun to shoot. We're going to talk with you today about our experiences on set, and we also have some great products, as you can see down below. We'll get to that shortly, but I wanted to start off first by maybe describing where we are. It's kind of hard to understand. You saw a little video clip before we started, so what kind of stuff do we have around here? You actually came to this set quite a bit.
Yes, I've actually come here 4 times to film, and we are in Nonsan, and it's 2 hours and a half drive from Seoul. And this is a tiny theme park-like studio set, like huge, that you can walk the streets. And it's basically a Sunshine Studio, it's called. Yeah. And there are tons of little things that you can see. You can see the Gloria Hotel, as in the movie, as in the drama. And then we have behind, that's the set, but that's the office. You filmed in this, right?
Yeah, so this is the interesting thing. I actually did not know that Sunshine Studio existed. I didn't know they turned this into a theme park, basically, where you can rent costumes. As you can see, we've chosen what we want to wear. But we rented costumes, and then you can also walk around the set. So if you're a fan of K-dramas, this is definitely a fun place to be. But where I filmed for Mr. Sunshine was in this actual set with Eugene Choi in his office, Lee Byung-hun. And yeah, it was in another city though, in Daejeon, a little far from here.
The magic of sets, you can move them around.
Yeah. And the interesting thing is, you know, behind here, they actually had a camera set up filming from the other side. It was just like kind of a mirror, or like you could only see one way. But it was so interesting to see that they're filming from both ways at the same time. So we're gonna get to more of that, but tell us about your role in Mr. Sunshine.
I was the owner of the school where Eshin, the Kim Tae-ri, went to learn English to get closer to the love of her life, because she was too frustrated not to be able to read his name. If you have seen the drama, you know what I'm talking about.
I think most people have seen it, right? It is on Netflix as well, so if you haven't seen it, you can check it out there. You'll become addicted though, so just be careful. We do have our live chat going as well, so don't be shy. If you have any questions for us, feel free to chime in. Yes, Mr. Sunshine, we are here. Miss Cat, where are you guys? We are on the set of Mr. Sunshine. Paul
Nonsan Sunshine, Sunshine Studio.
Sunshine Studio, remember that if you want to come back. Paul says he loves the outfits. They are very cute, aren't they? We got to...
You can rent like a variety of costumes in here, and a lot of them are copied from the ones that you've seen in the drama. We went for a bit more casual, but there's really a lot to see, and even just as you saw in the little clips at the beginning, it's kind of exciting because you're like, oh my god, you wore this.
Yes.
This is the actual outfit you wore.
They have the mannequin set up so you can feel, you can like almost give Lee Byung-hun a hug.
Don't do it.
I would just get like kicked out.
It will start scandals.
Yeah, so we're having a lot of fun. It's 12 o'clock here in Korea. A little bit late for you in America or Canada probably, so thank you for joining us. And we're going to tell you about what we have for you as well. These are products from Mr. Sunshine.
I mean, like, what was selling it? I don't know what sold it.
Yes.
So couple thing right here, a set of 2. What are those?
So these are keys to the Glory Hotel, exactly as you saw in the series, and it's room 303 and 304, right?
So there's a theme going on, right? The boys, meet the boys. So you could have this as a couple, or you could have this as a friendship thing. I would totally have this just with my keys because, well, I would choose 304. You can be Hee-sung if you want.
Hee-sung?
303.
Oh, I want Eugene's room though.
Okay.
Yes. I got
I'll just
Eugene's
visit
room
your
key.
room more often.
Yes. Because the rooms were always getting robbed, right?
Yeah, they were like switching keys. They were like getting robbed or like just spying. There's a balcony leading from one to the other.
Right.
Stuff happened in rooms in
Yeah.
this drama.
But these are so cute. It's so nostalgic, you know. Do you even have keys anymore?
I don't. I haven't. We had a key. We had a key in our luck up till I was like 10 or something, and then we switched. But like the feel of having a key, there's something really fun, and I like the old style that it comes with the actual like key thing that even if you don't have your own key on it yet,
Yeah.
you'll be able to like hear,
That sound.
and then like you add your own, obviously.
Yeah. Mail key. I think this would be a good mail key ring to have. Or
Yep.
just your car keys you could put on here as well.
It's a good idea, though. A lot of people don't actually use keys, but the mail, you will have it. Like even back home in Canada, they switched all our like house mail boxes
Yeah.
to like public ones. So now
Right.
we all have a key
A mail
that
key.
we have to use.
Exactly. So you can put your mail key on here.
Exciting.
Right? So that's the first product we have. These are going for $22. You can just click on the link below if you're interested. And they come as a set as well, 303 and 304.
You know what's funny about this? This thing, gun, glory, sad endings. Does it remind you of an audition?
Yeah, maybe we should talk about that. So the funny story about us in Mr. Sunshine, we auditioned together for the series. We didn't know what role we were going to get. We were handed both the English teacher role, and I ended up playing the widow role. So it was Logan's wife who was shot, and then I was alone in Korea as the widow, and I played not the nicest character, and I've been getting a lot of really mean roles since then. But what happened was we went into the audition, and it was a very small room. There was the director there, our agent, and then all the workers were around, and we were kind of shocked at first. We're like, oh.
It was the first audition I went that was like this quiet, and I felt so self-conscious, not because, you know, you're being tested, but because everyone was doing their own thing. I felt like I was disturbing them.
Yeah.
So then we met on that set for the first time. We had actually known each other from SNS and through other friends, but it's the first time we actually got to meet.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I love the role she ended up getting. I was like, this is such a cool, strong character. And then my audition line was so short, I couldn't imagine how important it would become, because it has actually become like a theme of basically the whole show, these three words: gun, glory, sad endings. They actually used my voice for the first commercial in it.
Oh, really? Well, that's something to look up as well. Yeah, you played an integral role in this series. I mean, your character essentially brings the two main characters together. It strengthens their love because you teach Asian how to speak English. So she can speak to Eugene and the love can build, right?
Another thing that brings love together is music, right?
Ooh, I like that segue. Way to slide it right in there. Yes, the other thing that we have for you guys is the music box from the series, and it actually works the same. So we have like a wind up on the bottom here. See on the back? So classic.
There's something really romantic about these music boxes.
Look at that. Right from the show as well. This was like woven throughout the whole series.
It's funny how, for me, it was associated with like Christmas songs, but in this show, it just became the product of their love story. Like it kept showing at like key moments.
And it's amazing to just actually watch it work like this.
People say you're all out of touch in Korea. People still use keys.
People
I'm
do
sorry.
use keys.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
We're coming at you from the future and the past at the same time. We like time traveled back to Mr. Sunshine days. But yeah, we actually don't use many keys in Korea, do we?
Yeah, no, I meant even like in Quebec where I used to live, we didn't have many, but.
Ooh, Kathy says, I'd love to buy your outfits. Hi.
You can come and borrow when COVID is done, and you can visit Korea.
Yes.
But meanwhile,
there's a lot of cute things that you can choose from as well. You could choose the like Korean traditional hanbok style.
yes, they were so pretty. It was hard to choose. I was like, I kind of wanted to be Asian and just wear those pretty colored hanbok.
Yes. But we chose the hats and the accessories as well. So it's kind of a fun way to spend a day if you do get the chance to come to Korea and you do get the chance to come here to Sunshine Studio, you can dress yourself up, walk around this whole village here and take photos.
It's a really nice spot. What's cool is that you enter here, you can get to borrow for the whole day. It's a thing that happens more and more in Korea. On locations, you'll be able to actually rent outfits and like use them the whole day and then return them. They'll wash and like get them pretty if something happened, and and then you can just walk around the thing, take your pictures. There's a lot of places that you can take pictures at. The building we're in right now is the Electric company, because if you remember in the show, electricity just started at the beginning and they just lit everything up, so they made it a thing. This building is as such theme. There's a pawn shop that you can visit. There's, what is it, across you can even see like Dongmae's, like the facade of this building he was in. Very, very nice. And you have layers. You can go over the bridge or you can walk under the bridge. And all those scenes will come to mind.
Even the streetcar. Yeah, you can see the streetcar here. You can jump on it if you want.
Photo zone.
Yes.
Photo zones.
This is a day, you know? You could spend a long time here. If you're a fan of the drama, or even if you haven't seen it, that's probably the first thing you should do.
Yeah, definitely.
Watch Mr. Sunshine and then come here and just have a fun day.
Yeah, until you can come here, watch it like so much that you remember every places, and then when you see them in real, it's gonna feel fantastic. Yes. Even I actually filmed here. I came here 4 times to film, and every time we would walk those little streets. You see all the writings on the buildings and the little stores with all the accessories. You kind of want to, you kind of want to touch everything, to be honest. But
But all those little details you can see here in the photos that we're showing you right now. You can see a lot of the calligraphy and the facades of these buildings.
Hisung's pawn shop.
Yeah, it's all set up there. So you can take amazing pictures. It is like hopping in a time machine. So this drama takes place in the early 1900s.
Yes, so I liked that this brought a part of history that people were maybe not as aware. Korea and Japan's history haven't always been that sweet, but it's important to remember and get people to know like how Korea became what it is today. And this is the only set in Korea that includes, that is kind of a bridge between old and new Korea. It's got like Japanese style buildings, it's got electricity, and it's got the old buildings setting, very Korean style, like the one you see on the screen right now. And this kind of mixture, that's the only set that has that. It's still being used for new dramas in that area right now.
And it is a beautiful set, so it's nice to just kind of walk around, and you kind of get a tour right now, which is pretty amazing. Let us know where you guys are from if you're watching, though. We would love to hear. If you have been to Korea, if you did watch Mr. Sunshine, if you have any questions about our products as well, feel free to just type in on the live chat that you see right there.
So if anyone has actually been, that'd be fun to see, because it has been like going on for a few, like 2 years?
Yeah, so the drama came out in 2018. We actually filmed from, was it 2017?
Yeah, that far back, ago. You started in the summer, and then I ended it the summer later.
That's right. Yeah, I had my first fitting in January, I remember, but I didn't end up filming until, I think,
6 months later.
Summer. Yeah, it was a long process, and they were very detailed.
Did you realize that you were in such a big production when you started filming?
I had no idea. I was so shocked when I showed up on set the first day, and I knew I would be acting with Lee Byung-hun, but I was kind of, scared, nervous.
Like, what kind of person is he?
What's going to happen? And we were filming in the other Daejeon studio. So in there, we had this office all set up like we are sitting right now. And the director was outside of the set, if you can imagine. So all of his directions and comments were coming in through the walkie-talkie. And it's all in Korean. My Korean's like not great, as you probably know. And so when he's like, the director's trying to say things, but it's kind of muffled through a walkie-talkie. And I was like,
Lee Byung-hun would translate for you.
Yes. Yes. If I didn't catch something, he could tell in my face, because I would really try and concentrate. I'm like, what is the director saying?
He's actually fluent in English. He speaks fine. When we actually acted together, he asked me, he was like, look, this is what I'm trying to convey, but does that line like conveyed properly, and we kind of like looked at things, and he ended up he asked for my opinion, but he had found something that was perfect. So whatever he changed it for was fine. I was very impressed, like how about his understanding of like very tiny details and like adding it to acting.
Yeah,
he's like he's taking so much like time into his character. Yeah, he was the Ideon like your cool moment.
He was really cool, yeah, I was surprised, and so friendly too. You see around set or, you know, in the hallways, he would always be very kind to all of the staff members. But you got to work with Kim Kitty.
Yeah, I got to work with both actors, and actually my very first scene was...
We are coming at you live from Nonsan, South Korea, about 2.5 hours outside of Seoul, so we could get some spotty Wi-Fi, if you will. So thank you for your patience. Hope you didn't miss too much with that. Ariane was just explaining her experience shooting with Kim Tae-ri, one of the biggest stars in Korea. What was that like?
It was really surreal because I did not realize it was such a big production. So when I arrived there, I filmed, I did my thing, I finished, I was like, can I actually ask her to take a picture with me? And I was like, oh, you know what? It's not like I'm gonna see her again. And I did.
Many times.
And then she was like, so I'll see you next time. And I was like, there's a next time?
You're like,
wait.
So are we friends? Can we totally be friends?
Can we be besties now? No, it was just like a shock to me because I didn't realize that I was going to be a recurrent character in that series.
Oh, you didn't know how the extent of your role?
No.
Really?
And that's a thing that happens a lot when you act in Korea. You're going to audition for something and people are like, what are you going to be? And I was like, I don't know. Nobody told me the names. Like, how can you not know the name of the drama you're going to be? That happens. That happens. This is like everything's done so fast and they're trying to be as efficient as possible. So they forget to tell you things and you're like, you know what? I'm just going to do my scene.
That was the amazing thing about this drama, though, was like how long everything was planned out and they filmed and edited everything before they released it. So we've actually been on a few other dramas here in Korea where they film sometimes until like 5 in the morning. They edit during the day and that drama airs that evening. That's how quick some Korean dramas are churned out. It was not the case for this though. Mr. Sunshine was a production.
Yeah, it was basically each and every episode was a tiny movie in itself. You can even like up to the 6th episode, you could like find a theme in each, and it's gonna cover like. And I like to make it a parallel. You have the two characters falling in love, but there's something about like very patriotic, like falling in love with its own, like his own country again, kind of like, you know, like if you think about the story, he was a slave. Eugene was not Choi at the beginning. He was just Eugene.
Yes.
And he was a slave, went to the States, became American, came back as military, and then he falls in love with Ishin, who is everything that he hates. Like she is the country that left him, that made him like have so much trouble, and he slowly falls in love again. So there's something really romantic about like the love of one's country that is like transcendent in there.
And kind of healing all of those past traumas. It's a beautiful story though. My mom's a big fan. She watched it like 5 times and I was so shocked, and she's getting all of her friends on it as well. You can see some of the costumes that we have here in the studio that we're in right now.
Oh, handsome Eugene Choi's outfit.
Right?
That jacket though.
Yeah.
If I'm sure people would want that jacket too if you were adding that jacket to here. Raise your hand if you were going, if you would buy Eugene's jacket.
Down, right? Yeah. Kathy says, wow, very unique place. I'd love to visit there. So cool. It's pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie. I feel pretty lucky that we get to come here again. I didn't even know that this place existed.
Actually, it's my 5th time here. I came 4 times because filming takes forever.
Yes. And
every time I came was for a night shoot. Like if you've seen episode 24, in which I'm initially tiny short period of time in it, but it was here. I came at night every time and left as the day would dawn, and it's the first time I come for daytime.
So you would film like at what time? Midnight?
No. I would arrive around 9, wait until 12 or 1 and then I would get my hair and makeup done and change into my outfit. And then at maybe 4 or 5, we would film, and then like we'd have to wrap it up quickly because sun would just...
The sun would be coming up, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's amazing once you see all the backgrounds of filming a drama, especially a huge production like this. I believe the budget for it was it $40 million?
Dollars. So 40
40
billion won.
Yes.
Can you think of the amount of money that represents?
Yeah. But I mean, it's beautifully shot. It is very cinematic and an amazing story.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rewatch it anytime. It's just like, you get in a mood and you feel like every time you watch it, you learn a little bit more and you like notice a little bit more about the details. And I mean, of course, every drama has like glitches about historical fiction and like...
Well, that's already like put in the front of it, like, you know, these characters
are fictional.
But it's nice to just fall into that kind of a story, and you really, you know, you become absorbed. That's the thing about K-dramas. Once you get addicted to them, you are non-stop. You're like sucked into the world, can't get out.
Yes.
So if you want to feel even closer to Mr. Sunshine, you can pick up the keys that we have from the Glory Hotel, 303 and 304. They come as a set, $22. Link is down below. It'd be really fun to watch it and have these at the same time, you know?
Right?
You feel so connected.
It's just like, make it part of your everyday life. It's like, you know, I'm a 304. Actually, I'm Hee-sung right now.
Yes, I'm a Eugene. Eugene, I'll meet you in your bedroom. 304. Yeah, I would like recreate it.
I mean, like everything becomes a recreation here.
Yes.
You can walk around the streets and you feel like, I would go to the Glory Hotel and be like, well, can I just go and, you know, take a rest in that room, please?
The other product that we have, again, is the music box. If you didn't see us showing this off, it actually does work. It winds up at the bottom. So I'll show you the bottom here. So beautiful. And you can actually watch it on the inside.
This music box is like, it's so sad.
Monica says, OMG, I'm a huge fan of the Mr. Sunshine series. Then you will remember this song, right, Monica? Is it ringing a bell?
I see what you did there.
Oh, so cheesy. I had to do it. Yeah, but this is so sweet. This is a beautiful memento to have as well. I had like a little music box, jewelry box growing up. You know, as a little girl, it was
the ballerina?
Like, yeah, so sweet.
I've always wanted one and I never got one.
Well, then you should buy this.
I should. Bye.
Or just take it.
What's nice is this one is like very, like you can put it and it can become part of your interior. It's beautiful to look at. And then also at Christmas, you could put it in front of your tree, and that's a very Christmassy song to play. And then this one is super useful. You literally would use it every single day, like to enter your home, because you still use your keys and I'm out of it. And I said you didn't. So you basically end up using it all the time.
Monica's asking if this is the same music box that she's seen on one of the episodes.
Yep, it's from Orgel, yes.
Yes.
Orgel House, and then you have the little symbol right here.
Yeah, so you can see, you'll remember from Mr. Sunshine, this is what it looked like. And that's the song that it played. So
it became such a central music piece from the drama.
Right, very thematic throughout the whole drama. So this can bring back all of those good memories of watching the drama, or if you're watching it right now.
I mean, to be honest, like look at it. Look how pretty it looks, even if you put them together like that.
Yeah, just kind of like a classic touch to maybe you could throw this in your living room, just a little bit of decor.
Indeed.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
One
of the episodes, it's in a few episodes, is it not?
Oh, no, it's not in only one. It's like when he was a kid, if you think about the very beginning, he's a kid, he's looking at a store windows and he wants it. He ends up getting it somehow. I think he buys it when he gets his first paycheck later. Brings it back to Korea, and then the love of his life, he lends it to her. It's still his box, and then it creates some conflict with the Japanese officer later because he knows that something's going on between the two of them that pretend they don't know each other. We know. It's always like that.
The forbidden love. The aristocrat. And the
wartime.
former slave.
Well, he's not a former, well, he's a former slave, but now he's American. They can't touch him. Can't touch him.
Can't touch him. Yeah, so I hope that you guys have seen this, otherwise we're just going on and on and on. But yeah, as Monica mentioned in the comments here, it is on Netflix as well if you're interested to watch Mr.
So
Sunshine. I think it's about time to rewatch it anyway. This came out in 2018. So yeah, I haven't seen
You should watch it.
it.
She's a bad person.
You really need to commit to it to watch the whole thing. I mean, you can watch just one episode and you get the feeling that it's like a movie. You know what I mean? You're so invested. It's so dramatic. It's so beautiful to watch.
And the quality of image makes it like that there's so much detail to take in that you want to watch it slowly. It's like a nice little cookie that you take a bite at a time. I know some people just eat it all at once, but for Mr. Sunshine, it's nice to drag it.
The binge watching, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom binge watches it. I'm like, how do you watch for so long? Because each one is so, it's like juicy, it's meaty, it's a roller coaster. But
do you want to know some funny aspect here? Is we are in this Sunshine studio, and there's on the top of the hill that glorious, see what I did there? Glory Hotel. And Glory Hotel there, when I filmed here, was glass and like broken shards. They didn't let us come close. So you got it right. They actually did a real explosion when they filmed it. It was not CGI. When I filmed the last scene, it was after they made everything blow up. So you're like, I hope you did your filming all right, because you can't film anymore. The indoor of the studio was filmed in another location. It was like a studio like this, panels. And then the outdoor scenes were filmed in here, in Nonsan, in studio, Sunshine Studio, and they actually made it explode. And now they remade it nicely, and we can safely walk around.
yeah, it's a beautiful place. We were coming to you live from Korea so we could share a little bit with you. And on this live channel, we do highlight products from Korea. What's more Korean than a K-drama?
Ta-da!
So one more time, we have the music box for you. This is $106 plus shipping, and it actually works if you want to take a listen to it. So beautiful.
And then if you want to add your friends in the deal, and if you want to share, you don't have to, but you can have the keys and share with a friend. Besties keychains.
Yeah.
You have 303, 304. Remember who's who? It doesn't matter because they switched them all the time during the show.
So those are going for $22 for the set. And again, everything's just down below. Click on the links there and you can get all set up. So we're actually going to take a short break now. We will be back though for a little bit more streaming. So feel free to stick around and we will see you soon. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. welcome back to Shopping in Korea. I'm your host, Amy Aleha. We're coming at you from a very special location, about 2.5 hours outside of Seoul. We're in Nonsan at the Sunshine Studios from the very famous K-drama, Mr. Sunshine. And we have a very special guest with us on Shopping in Korea today. Da, 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 da. You may recognize this famous, beautiful face. Can you please introduce yourself?
I'm Ariane. I'm also from Canada, Team Canada.
Woo-hoo.
And we both were in that drama, if you remember seeing both of those faces in there.
Yes.
So something special about today is that we physically came to the location where they filmed all outdoor scenes of Mr. Sunshine, the drama, because it's actually a place.
Which I didn't know until today, in all honesty. I've actually never been to this film set. I didn't know they turned it also into kind of like an amusement park.
Yeah.
And as you can see, you can rent costumes as well, and then walk around the actual set, take photos.
Korea is really good at making photo zones because they really like to keep like actual memories, like visual memories of places they go to. So places like here, there's tons of stuff that can remind you of the drama that you've watched and love. All the good and the bad and the sad and the happy.
Yeah.
And you have, you could recognize the Glory Hotel. There's this electric company.
That's
here.
where we're filming from
Actually,
now.
this is a panel of another set within the electric company building. You can also see there's the Hisang's pawn shop. And what else can we see? There's so many, like there's that like famous bridge where the Japanese soldiers came in and out last episode, if you remember.
The streetcar. So it's really surreal when you walk into this place. You're actually walking into Mr. Sunshine. It's such a weird feeling. We filmed Mr. Sunshine in 2017.
Yes,
right?
dragging up to the summer of 2018, right? So summer to summer.
It was released in 2018, a $40 million production.
And now it makes all sense that this set is so special because normally when you think of a set, you're like, okay, I'm going to come here. There's going to be, you know, those panels everywhere, buildings with panels. If you think of Hollywood, they're all like gray buildings and you have the scenes inside. Whereas here, you literally come into, they made a village. They just made a village out of scrap.
Takes a village to make a village.
Yes. And then when you walk the streets, they all like link to each other. So there's something really surreal.
And the thing is, I had never been here because my scenes were filmed in one of those studio-like areas. So this office scene, this is where I filmed my first scene with Eugene Choi, played by Lee Byung-hun. And I know. It was pretty scary for the first time, honestly, because, you know, we didn't realize how big of a production this was going to be and how many people were going to watch this show.
No.
It turned out to be a pretty big hit, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't even know it would be on Netflix. It still is. You can go and rewatch it.
Yeah. So we're actually bringing to you a couple products from the series, Mr. Sunshine. So if you were a fan, if you watched it, or if you haven't yet, then yeah, hop on Netflix and watch it. But we want to show you a couple things that we have, starting off with the keys from the Glory Hotel.
And if you remember, there was a lot of like moving around with those keys. We have 303 and 304. That's a set, right?
Yeah, they come together as a set. $22 for both, but it's just a sweet kind of memory to have.
And what's nice is like, you know, like if you remember, like the going back and forth and like the intimacy of the friendship that ensued, you're like, well, you could use that as like, you know, friendship, like key holder. And a lot of people still use keys to get home, so it's something that you would actually incorporate to your everyday life.
Yeah, I would put my mail keys on this. I think that would be really cute to have.
Yes.
Go get the mail and relive my Mr. Sunshine days. Because you really get sucked up in the drama, right? When you start watching it, there's something addictive about Korean dramas.
Yeah.
So you'll definitely fall in love with it, and you'll have a nice little memory of it as well. Feel like you're part of it.
So which room would you go in?
I want Eugene's room.
Do you remember the number?
303?
No,
304?
that's Hisong's room. It's fine. You can just go through the balcony and just go from the other way.
Yeah, I would definitely fail at the trivia. Oh gosh. Yeah, we are streaming live, so if you have any questions or comments, you can always message us. We're taking a look at the comments here, but we might need a little bit of help with this. Maybe you can pass it to our production team while I show you this beautiful, beautiful key that we're offering for you. So again, only $22, right? For like a great little set of keys. Great little memento. But that's not the only thing that we have.
We have something a bit more sentimental to go with it. If you remember Eugene's music box.
Yes! So this is an exact copy of the music box that they used in Mr. Sunshine, and it is working as well. You'll notice on the bottom here, just wind it up a little bit.
There's something so romantic about music boxes.
Yes. It's such a beautiful song as well. And I think this would be great to add to your living room. Just pop it on, you know, a little table there and play it. I mean, like, kids would love this, right? This would be such a beautiful present to give.
Did you have one when you were a kid?
I did. That's why it's so nostalgic. Like, obviously, I haven't seen a music box in so long, but it kind of brings back memories, makes me feel nostalgic. And, you know, if you can give this to the next generation, then...
Yeah, it feels like it could be a nice memento and keep it.
All right,
to look at again. We're back on.
Yeah, so if you guys have any questions or comments, don't be shy. You can chime into the live chat here, and you can also see the links right underneath us if you want to purchase any of the products that we're discussing today. But we are also discussing our time on set for Mr. Sunshine. So what for you, what like the best memory that you had on your time at Mr. Sunshine?
That's hard because I had a few times where I went to different locations. I went to the set that was on a university campus. If you know that the school I was the owner of a school. That school was actually just an old style pavilion in a university campus in Daegu. And then I went on this huge set in Daejeon. You went there too, right?
Yeah.
This, like, the most shocking part was like arriving in this brand new studio. Like, everything was so clean, so neat, so big. I never expected when I came so far from Seoul, it's like a few hours from Seoul, to find such a big production. That's when I actually realized how big a production it was.
Right, because we didn't know before. We were just like, oh, okay, we got a drama job. We auditioned together as well.
Yeah.
That was our first time officially meeting, and we've been friends, I guess, since 2017 now. When we both auditioned at the same time, they gave us the script for the English teacher and for the widow. We read for both of them. We didn't know what would happen. There was another girl there too.
There were two more. I can't remember. Sorry.
So long ago.
So long ago. In 1910, right?
Yes, 1910. So it's going back a little bit as time travelers.
Yeah. No, it was fun because we never realized at that time, but that very script that I ended up getting the role for was kind of selling the whole story, the whole mood for the whole story. You know, gun, glory, sad endings. No matter what you see where it's going, you still watch the drama. You're like, oh.
That was thematic, right? And it's actually written
right on the key.
Right on the keys. Gun, glory, sad ending. It's kind of like the tagline, would you say?
Yeah, well, it feels like that's the main things in there. You
Yeah.
have a lot of guns, a glory, and dad endings. Sad endings.
Yeah, so something super cute if you want to have a little memento for yourself.
Yes. What's really cool about this set is that it's the only full set that they have that is in this specific area in the beginning of that 1900s, where you have old Chosun building left, but you also have modern, like more Japanese, during the occupation, there were more Japanese style buildings, and you have electricity.
Yeah.
So you have this kind of mixture of culture and times, and it's the only set in Korea that has that. That's why it's still being used for filmings, and when it is not, it is kind of a theme park that you can come and visit.
Right. So if you do get the chance to come to Korea, obviously not anytime soon, but if you're watching from the States or Canada and you get the chance to come to Korea in the future, I think you got to put this on your Korean bucket list. This is definitely a place to visit. Sunshine Studio, it's called. You can rent these beautiful costumes. You can also rent the Korean traditional hanbok, Korean traditional dress costumes as well.
You can become Aeshin for the space of a day.
with the one over top of her head too. I wonder if we can rent that one as well. Yeah.
Or you can just get 2 skirts, because basically if you don't know much about Korean like outfits, they have like coats that they would put over their heads, but they would like also take just a skirt, an extra skirt that they would just put over when they go out to hide their faces, because they're like, I'm being coy. I'm being coy.
Which Asian does in the series.
Yes.
So, and then just walking around here, I think it would be a really cute place to come with your boyfriend.
And you can even wear that suit and just like, they have like props like fake guns. And you can just walk around and be, we're the gun couples.
Recreate the poster.
Now it works. We're all wearing masks, right? So if you meet people, you will recognize them that way.
Mr. Sunshine was on point. They knew.
They knew.
They knew before they knew.
They knew
and
before.
Everyone would be covering their faces and be like, "Oh, it's you."
It's like, "Oh, Amy."
Yeah, it's me. They were teaching us to recognize people by their eyes
and staying far away from them.
That's true. Whoa.
A hand distance.
Oh my goodness. But yeah.
What about your experience filming?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, I went to the Daejeon set, which was a beautifully new studio built. I think this was the first production that they had in that massive studio. So I filmed here in this kind of set. Something interesting was actually right here behind. They had a camera behind that glass panel when we were filming. So
that's why it's open still. There's only a little paper that they put there.
Yeah, but that way they could get both angles at the same time. So you'd have a camera in front, a camera behind, and kind of capture both, which is really cool.
You feel a bit observed, right?
Yes.
Like, oh, I can't. Is my hair on point?
Just because I guess it's hard to maneuver the cameras around each set, right?
Well, it's a very efficient to get all the angles without having the actors redo it. So you have every single action that are going to be easy to coordinate.
The other big scene I filmed was which was my house, but I was selling it to Iwanik, which was one of the
bad guy.
Bad characters. And I was kind of cussing him out.
Yeah, you were kind of that cool, strong character that everyone has a girl crush on.
Oh my gosh. I remember in the audition, we were both looking at the script, and I remember you being like, that's kind of harsh.
Yes, it is very harsh, the way she was talking to those, that. Was she a slave, the little, servant girl?
Yeah, I ended up slapping the servant girl that was holding my baby that was my baby kept crying, and I ended up slapping the poor girl.
Yeah, did you actually slap?
Yeah, I actually slapped her,
and they'd be like, "Cut!" Child. She slapped a child.
I know. I felt awful. Not hard, obviously, and I just kind of brushed the side of her head. But the director would be like, "Cut!" and I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, are you okay? Are you okay?"
But then these kind of thing, people need to know that, if you want it to look good, you need to do it well once. If you're afraid of oh, I'm gonna brush her face, then you'll have to redo it anyway. So
get it good and done.
Just do the best you can.
Exactly.
So easy to be awkward.
I'm just checking this.
Let's see if we have some chat.
I don't know if our chat's working or not, but we're happy that you guys joined us. Yeah. So, we have a couple items, as you can see below us. If you're just joining us, we're streaming live from Sunshine Studios in South Korea. And here on Shopping in Korea, we bring the best Korean products to you via Amazon, and we get to kind of introduce them here over Amazon Live. We have the Glory Hotel keychain set. You get 2 for $22. It's room 303 and 304, as you'll remember from the series Mr. Sunshine. You can kind of relive your fantasies.
Oh, the bromance.
Romances. I loved when they would meet up at the...
these moments were my favorite.
The bar.
These bars. They were just the best bromance moment.
Right?
And they don't we should have that more in like every other kind of dramas, not just Korean dramas. That's the kind of friendship that is really precious that you see a lot in Korean society. I don't know that we see that back home as much, like guys being as openly like, hey dude,
like physically affectionate.
Yeah,
right?
they're like literally like touchy-feely, but like it's just like so much feeling in there.
It's love. It's
love.
bromance.
Bromance.
Don't be shy with the bromance.
So
the other thing that we have is the music box. Actual working music box. You can wind it up. Dun. So calming. And you can see it working right in there. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh, my hands look like claws. I apologize for that.
No, it's the glove effect. Gloves. Here we go.
Weird hands. But anyway, that's the music box, $106, but a beautiful kind of keepsake to have.
Yeah, it's nice because you can like think of the things that you get out every Christmas time. Think of putting that in front of the tree. And then like you turn it on just before you go to sleep, Christmas. Yes. To be honest, in the movie it was a very sad like time that you would like see this pop up. It was very like heartbreaking moments. Like you had child Eugene and the when he got to the States. I don't know if they were the States at that time.
I think so, yeah. That's where he got this from,
he was looking at that window. I can't get it. He had nothing, no means to get anything. And then when he grew up, he ended up buying it before he left for Korea again. Chosun.
Chosun time.
And then it became a very important part of his like past and his love, remembering where he was from, basically.
It's very touching. So you can be kind of connected to that through these products.
Yes, so this is more like something you can keep as a keepsake at home, and this one you use every day.
Yeah.
So
car keys.
So which room will you take?
I want both, girl. I think we should get two.
Well, let's just get a set.
Yeah, you can get two of these, right? One for you, one for me.
I like that.
Because then we can just choose which room we want to go to each time.
Who do I want to go?
Who do I want tonight? Yeah. Kind of fun to like recreate and reenact it. I'm not sure if our live stream is working, but we have another fun fact for you. This is something that you taught me when we got here. The cursive writing.
Yes, that's me right here.
Was actually her writing. So you'll see on a lot of the letters.
They used a lot of letters and like paperwork as props, and then when they looked through the drawers and like when people were stealing documents, one of them is actually filled with my handwriting because they wanted some different kind of cursive writing. They had a lot of like Chinese characters, and then they asked a few of the actors to write. This one was me. Hi there, Glory Hotel.
That's kind of fun, right? Like a different feeling, different addition to the set of Mr. Sunshine.
I think so.
Do you regret anything? Would you have done anything different?
I don't know about doing anything different, but I think that it became such a big thing. I wish I had like realized that as I went, like as in taking a breath and realizing how like such a like cool thing that I'm part of.
Right.
And not a regret, but I wish I had had scenes with other foreigners. Being the English teacher, all my scenes were I was the only one on set. I was like with Eshin, I was with Lee Byung-hun, I was with the actor that did Takashi. He's a really sweet guy though. Don't hate on the actor. He's really, really sweet. And he worked really, really hard to speak English with a Japanese broken accent, and like he had a coach with him the whole time.
Wow.
So everything that he did was well thought of, and the amount of work that required.
Yeah.
So I think it would have been nice if I had like, let's say, a scene with you.
Oh, I wish.
Or a scene with anybody else that was like, or Jason.
Yeah.
Jason, who is the actor who did the. What is his role's name? The priest that was kind of a father figure to Eugene. And so yeah, sorry Jason, I know you know you by name.
Might be watching. Hello. if you
Hi,
are.
Jason. And so yeah, I wish, actually there was a time I was supposed to be in a scene at the funeral. You were at the funeral
Yeah.
and like at your husband's funeral.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be in that scene. However, I had other schedule and they had, Byung-won had an eye problem. He had this, like
Yes.
something in his eye,
sty.
sty, and they had to report for a week. And I was
right.
not available that very day. And they were like, well, that's the day we're shooting. So I was like, we're just going to take you out. So there was that one day that I could have been in a scene with all you guys. But I
That's
wasn't because they
right.
changed the schedule. I had been available for the first one, but not the second day.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was supposed to be. Well, it makes sense. See, like, if a foreigner dies, like all the other foreigner community and in Choson would meet up. So we were supposed to be together.
Yeah, it
buddies.
was all of the foreign community
Yes.
at that
So I missed.
at the funeral. I remember, but I did shoot with Lorne.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Lorne?
I don't know that I do.
Oh gosh, I don't remember what his role was, but I was like leaning on him while we were doing that funeral scene, and I was like supposed to be crying and bawling.
But you were laughing because he was joking, right?
Of course, he was laughing and joking pretty much the whole time, and I could only cry from my nose that day. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't get the waterworks going, but everything was just coming out of my nose.
That's kind
I
of
was like
gross.
leaning on him, I was like, ah! And then I'm like, oh, this is so embarrassing. Like, it just I couldn't help it. It was coming out. You'd
It's
be like,
more
"Cut."
realistic. It's more realistic if you cry from your nose.
Is it really?
Ariane theories.
Yeah, sorry if that's TMI. I know you guys are like trying to go to bed at home, and I'm like, but my nose. Not so pretty. But it's a real fact, real tough part of the job sometimes. That was a hard
Acting
scene.
is always fun.
Yeah.
So we can bring little memories from that drama back to you.
Mm-hmm. The Glory Hotel?
Until the time you actually physically come to
Yeah.
Sunshine Studios?
Yes. Then you can relive the whole experience for yourself. It will blow your mind. It's so wild to come in here, and it's like walking into another world.
And just like there are little places you can actually enter in, like the place we rent the clothes, and there's a lot of stuff on display, like the clothes they actually wore and little descriptions. And all around here, they have like pictures from the show and
Yeah.
actual explanation with like a picture from like the Chosun area.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, this is the, let's say like there's a classroom over there from the drama, but then under they have an actual photo from all the students
Right.
from the first English schools.
Like behind us, you can see these photos.
The originals, yes.
So you can get a sense of what it really felt like in this era here in Korea. And then you walk through this place. You leave like the massive apartment buildings of Seoul, drive down here, and you're in this like beautiful countryside.
And it's nice that we're out of Seoul because the air is also really nice, and there's not that many like too modern buildings in sight when you're on set. All you see is the set, and then you see the sky.
Well, you came here in the night usually, so this is kind of new experience for you as well to see what the area looks like during the
Yes.
daytime,
I
right?
saw 4 sunrises here. 4.
Sun rises.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Here from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m., then driving back home. And now I see the whole day, like what it looks like during daytime. They actually like made it like more pretty, like the outdoors used to be just like, you know, dirt, and now they made them pretty with fences and roses. It's like a tiny village surrounded by roses. There's something really cute. You need to come when you can.
Exactly. We're probably going to take a few photos outside after and keep this fun going. I mean, we're all dressed up, right? We might as well take advantage of it. But I wanted to thank you guys for joining us here on the live stream Shopping in Korea. Again, if you want to capture any of the moments from Mr. Sunshine through these products, feel free to do so. The links are down below. We have this set of keys for $22, $303 and $304 from the Glory Hotel. And we also have the music box that actually works.
Yes.
So you can have...
And it sounds legit. Let's see.
Isn't it beautiful? So calming.
All the feels. Oh, perfectly ended. Oh, I thought it ended. I was too greedy. I turned it too much.
But I think you're right. Like that would just be the perfect thing to have, like bring out at Christmas time,
Yeah.
or like actually, it's a great Christmas gift.
Yeah, you give it as a Christmas gift, and then it stays in front of your tree, and then you rewatch Mr. Sunshine every Christmas because it's so much in the feels.
Yes, all of the feels. So yeah, thank you guys for joining us today, and we hope that you have a wonderful evening. If you're joining us from the States, here in Korea, it's almost like 1 p.m., right?
Yep.
So
We're in Nonsan, 2 hours from Seoul Sunshine Studio, ready to take pictures.
We're gonna have a full-on photo shoot. I can feel it coming. We're like, okay, we got a live stream first, but then we're gonna just run around and take a lot of photos because we couldn't do it before. But the place is pretty huge, right?
Yeah, and it's a nice place to walk around. I think it's time for walking around.
All right. So thanks again for joining us, guys, and we'll see you again on another live stream on Amazon.com for shopping in Korea. We're bringing the best Korean products to you. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for having me. Ooh, sorry about